Hey you guys, and thanks for tuning in to ET Live. I'm Katie Krause, and Diego Boneta is here. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We're very excited about this new series that you're doing with Telemundo, Luis Miguel.
Muy bien.
Was I okay with that? I've been working on my
yeah.
accent, you guys. Let's get right into it, and if you guys are tuning in, make sure that you send me your fan questions for Diego. We are going to get to them. But tell me about what excited you about this project and how familiar you were with Luis Miguel's life going into it.
Wow, a lot of things excited me about this project. First off, he was my hero growing up. So when I found out that Mark Burnett was behind this, you know, it was amazing because Mark and I worked together a couple of years ago doing a show called The Dove Keepers, which we shot in Malta, and we became close friends there. And it was, I was intrigued at first to know tonally how they wanted to execute this.
Sure.
Right? And when I heard that they wanted to go in the vibe of like Ray and Walk the Line and really, you know, do it edgy but in a cool way, in a you know, the music and also the personal life and all that. I was in. So I was pumped.
As a fan of his, how much pressure did you feel to get it right?
All the pressure in the world. Yeah, big time. Yeah, because, he's, for us, his voice is unbelievable. He has a really, really amazing voice. One of the best
singing
singers.
in this.
Yes, I had to sing everything. There's no reference of him in the whole show. All the pictures, all the album covers, all the songs, everything was me. So it was, I asked Mark, I was like, when do you guys want to shoot this?
Yeah.
Just because of the prep. You know, I've never had to prep for a character like this, ever. You know, from a physical angle, vocal, and then acting. It was a year of only prep. Only prep. Yeah.
What was the craziest part of that? I mean, were you doing like physical type transformation for this? What went into that?
Everything. I had to tan a lot.
Yeah.
Which was
Wait, like spray tan or like tanning bed?
Tanning bed and tanning, like naturally tanning a lot because the guy was very tan.
It's not good for your skin.
I know. It sounds silly, but it was part of the thing.
Yeah.
And he also had this gap in his teeth, which was, you know, he was very famous for that gap. And man, after all these prosthetics and stuff, nothing really worked.
Yeah.
I looked like Austin Powers. And I was like, guys, there has to be something that works. I mean, you see all these movies with all these CGI effects. I mean, come on, it's a tooth gap. So I went to my orthodontist. They were literally about to actually do the gap. And she goes, no, wait, Diego, let's just try one last thing. You know what they glue braces with? Like
yes.
That? Yeah. So they put that, but instead of it being white, it was black, and it was permanent for the duration of the shoot. So I had that for like a year. This is a gap.
So you would go out after you're on set all day, and you would still have it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, which was weird because once I finished the gig, and I went back to Diego. It was I didn't recognize the person that I was seeing in the mirror. You know, 'cause they colored my hair, the tanning. I dropped like 25 pounds. That's just on the physical side of things, and then the vocal side of things was another crazy challenge, and then the acting too.
Were you taking voice lessons? Because you can sing. I mean, you did Rock of Ages, and you've put out albums. So you had to really work with a vocal coach?
Yes, but the thing, because I had to sound like someone else. In Rock of Ages, I didn't have to sound like Steve Perry when I sung Don't Stop Believing. It was me singing.
Right.
Here it was, you have to sing his songs in the same key as Luis Miguel, which they're very, very high. It's, you know, it's like a Bruno Mars or like a Freddie Mercury register, very high voice, tenor. And you have to sound like him. And that's where it was really difficult because none of us, neither my vocal coach, the producer, nor myself, had ever done this before. So it was an experiment of, let's see how close we can get.
Yeah.
So let's focus on the vibrato. Let's change your vibrato to his vibrato and pronounce, you know, vowels the way he does and consonants and really, really going for the smallest of details, which is very obsessive. You know, it was. I mean, we were going for. I mean, in every single song we did like to maybe 15 or 16 songs. And each song was really, really tough. I mean, all of them had at least one high C, which is a very high note, which he's belting.
Are you going to demonstrate it right now?
No chance right now. No, man. Woof. It was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what this man can do vocally. It's like watching Michael Phelps. You know, you just don't understand how it's even possible.
How it's human. You said that you lost 25 pounds
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
Were you just eating healthier? Were you working out? Walk me through that.
Both.
Both.
I was eating healthier. I went from doing more calisthenic stuff instead of weights.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, but that was, I feel, the easiest out of everything. Believe it or not. Oh yeah. I mean, the vocal side of things was nuts. The acting side of things was really hard too, because there's no reference to this man. You know, he's done maybe 10 interviews. You know, there's not a lot of interviews, but also I'm not playing the guy in front of the cameras. I'm playing the guy behind the cameras, and there's no reference to that. So it was kind of creating that with the information that I had, being able to sit down with Luis Miguel and, you know, just spend time with him, which was very helpful, but also, you know, just kind of building that character from nothing. And that was probably the most difficult challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine. Mark Burnett said that when you and Luis Miguel met, that it was instant chemistry, instant friendship. Walk me through what happened in that first conversation. How'd you win him over?
We're just, I mean, I showed him the video of me singing his song when I was 12 years old, and I said, listen, man, I'm sorry, I butchered this song. I was 12 years old. My voice was changing. He just watching, we were laughing, and just, I mean, we have a lot of things in common. You know, we both started at a very young age. We have a lot of friends in common, and I mean, I don't know. We hit it off great.
Yeah. Was there anything that he said, you have to get this right?
He didn't say one thing specifically, but he did look at me, and at the end, or like halfway through the dinner, he just looked at me and he was like, man, like this is a big challenge for you.
So he acknowledged that.
This is tough. Yeah, because it was, you know, you're doing everything. You know, and, you know, so I was like, yeah, it's tough, you know, but being able to have him as a partner in crime throughout this process was really amazing, because many times you know you get projects like this, but the person you're playing already died, or you know, it's, you know, and it was really cool to count with that.
Were there times throughout production and filming that you were calling him on the phone or maybe texting with him and asking for advice or asking how he would want something done?
No, because I think the best part of this whole thing was having a year to prep.
Yeah.
And once we started shooting, I had already become this guy, you know? So I never felt the necessity to call him or ask him something. I didn't do it because I didn't want to. I just didn't. I mean, we were all there. We were in it. And he helped me get there, you know?
What surprised you the most during that prep about his life and about him?
What he's gone through. I mean, the fact that after all that he's gone through, he's still the man and the artist that he is. Like I said, I already admired him a lot as an artist, but after playing him and being him for a year, I now admire him as a person. And I hope that's what happens to people that watch this.
Yeah.
Whether they know of him or not.
Right.
Because it's a very universal theme.
Sure.
You know?
There's a lot of, or I've heard that there's a lot of references to his love life. Yeah. In it. Are we going to see his relationship with Mariah Carey play out at all? Ooh, this smirk right here.
Not in this season.
So there's going to be a season 2?
Maybe.
Is that news?
I mean, we'll see. But what I can say is that his the women in his life all play a very important role. Starting from his mom, which is probably the most important, to his first girlfriend, Mariana, played by Paulina Davila, who's super. I mean, they're there for a very specific reason, and they're all. I mean, they all killed it. Like really, the cast in this show is unbelievable. From Oscar Jaenada, who's an unbelievable Spanish actor who plays my dad, because it's really a lot of a father-son story. If you watched Amadeus, it's similar to Mozart and Salieri. You know, it's that kind of like dynamic.
Do you feel like you have a friendship with Luis Miguel now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's a really cool guy. He's really funny. He has a great sense of humor.
That's surprising. Only because he is so reserved and we don't know a lot about him. So I feel like that's a fun little
He's very
tidbit.
funny. He has a great sense of humor.
Yeah. We're going to take some fan questions, and if you guys are just tuning in, make sure that you're sending them here. But Etienne from Facebook says, what was it like shifting gears to do a big production in all Spanish?
That's a great question. Etienne, how are you? It was a big challenge. It was my first time in 10 years doing anything in Spanish and doing anything in Latin America, and it was a blast. The first thing that I really wanted to do was train with a Spanish-speaking vocal coach to really just switch gears to just Spanish, because this past decade I've only done stuff in English, Rock of Ages, Scream Queens, and
Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, and this is all Spanish and Italian as well. So started reading a lot in Spanish, watching movies in Spanish. Reading plays in Spanish, training with this amazing coach, and really, you know, I think that someone that killed this was our director, Beto, Humberto Hinojosa, who directed all 13 episodes, which is something that's not common, because in TV you have a different director come in every other episode.
Yeah.
So it really feels like a 13-hour movie, and he was truly a partner in crime in this whole process. And he created a very specific world, and you can see it play out in all 13 episodes. With it's the creative continuity is spot on thanks to this man.
Have you seen all the episodes already?
I've seen some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Has Luis seen them?
I don't know yet.
Okay. So you don't know what he thinks of all of it, how it all came together.
I played him a couple of scenes. When I redid a very famous music video that he did, and he took my phone and he zoomed in and he goes, "Oh my God, that's me! Like that's me!" And seeing that reaction was probably, I mean, I was sad. Like, you know, he was really pumped, and I mean, that meant the world to me.
Did you get all the mannerisms down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I play him in it's like span of 5-6 years, and the mannerisms change throughout the years, and I think the biggest challenge was that we were shooting out of continuity all 13 episodes. So on any given day, I could have a scene from the pilot, from episode 13, from episode 5, and from episode 8, and it's a 5-6 year window. So going from being 17 to being, 20 to being 18 to being 22, and changing the mannerisms that go with each different stage of his life,
That's, pretty gnarly that you were able to keep track of that and then switch.
I had all these like how do you call it? Tips to help me through each scene.
Were you writing notes and stuff too?
Oh yeah. I had pages and pages and pages and pages of notes every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about the hair and makeup process? How long did that take on a daily basis?
Depends on the age I was playing him, but around 2 hours.
So not horrible.
Wasn't horrible.
Okay.
No, once we got the tooth gap down, that was the most difficult part. Believe it or not, which is I didn't think that was going to be
I get why. Changing gears a little bit, I have to say congratulations because you've joined the Untitled Terminator reboot. Are you excited?
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do when you got that call?
Well, I yelled and I celebrated. I was like, because it was a crazy process.
Yeah.
And it was a project that I was really excited about, and it's tough because you can never get your hopes up, right? And then when it happened, I still can't believe it. I mean, just the fact, to be able to work with someone like James Cameron and Tim Miller, who's an unbelievable director. Yeah, Arnold. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Sure.
I'm really, really excited.
Well, we're excited for you. You said it was a crazy process. What was the audition process for that life?
Oof. Well, I sent a tape first while I was shooting Luis Miguel. Which is funny because the casting director was like,
Wait,
what
was
happened?
The gap in your...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I had a tooth gap. I was blonde. I was super tan. And the casting was like, Diego, what did you do? I'm like, Mindy, I'm so sorry. I'm playing this guy. I swear to God, this is not how I look. He's like, okay. And then, met with Tim, who's the nicest guy ever. Really, such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And so talented. And we hit it off. And then right after Luis Miguel wrapped, I had to hop on a plane and go to Dublin for a weekend to do the screen test there. With Mackenzie Davis and other castmates. And,
Was Arnold there?
No.
Okay.
No. He was not there. But it was crazy. I was sick. I had a bad sinus infection. I had a drip, IV, like hours before I left. Hop on a plane. I was there for 2 days. Just flew to Dublin, from LA to Dublin for a weekend.
Yeah.
Got back, and it was after a year of shooting Luis Miguel, so it was really, 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 really intense. So when I got the call from my team letting me know that I got it, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of the original Terminator movies?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. How many times have you seen them?
Oof. Well, I had to rewatch them again now, and it's amazing how they hold up.
Yeah, timeless.
It's really unbelievable. I mean, I think some of the best action movies of all time, if not the best.
Have you been able to read the script yet? I mean, there's a lot. Everything is very under wraps right now.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I can answer here or not.
But so you read the whole thing all the way through, though.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your character? Is he a good guy? Is he a villain?
I really can't say.
Okay.
But what I can say is that I'm really excited, really, really, really excited to be a part of this, and I can't wait to start shooting.
Have you met Arnold at all?
No.
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 So you don't know anything about like his health right now? He had a recent scare. Okay.
No. But I hope he's doing better.
Yeah. How do you think that the reboot will differ from the original movies? Maybe you can answer that.
I don't know. I think that's a question for Tim. What I think is amazing about this one is that the team that James Cameron and Tim Miller made. I mean, it's a great marriage, right? I mean, Deadpool was one of my favorite movies last year.
So good.
So good, and James Cameron is James Cameron.
Yeah.
Right? And just from doing that screen test with Tim and talking to him, he knows exactly what he wants. And when you're working with a director that just has that so clear, it just makes you trust them so much more.
Right.
He knows exactly what he wants, and I think that, I mean, it's. I'm pumped. I'm really, really, really excited.
Are you gonna have to do any physical changes or transformations of any kind?
No, no. I'm gonna have to keep training, but nothing crazy.
Okay, so no gap tooth.
No
this
gap
time
tooth.
around.
No gap tooth. No.
And
Please,
no tanning. No excessive
No
tanning.
No. Please, yeah. No more tanning. No. Yeah.
Okay. And then just kind of changing gears a little bit, you're very much a private guy for being so well known, kind of like Luis Miguel. Is that intentional? We never hear about you in the news causing trouble, linked to anyone.
I don't think it's intentional. I do like keeping my private life private, but I'm also not someone to not do something because there's press.
Sure.
Like, for example, when we were shooting Rock of Ages and we're all staying in the same buildings, Tom Cruise was there and Russell Brand and Alec, and I mean, there was a lot of paparazzis outside because of them, not because of me. I would still go to the beach, you know. I'm not gonna not live my life because of that.
Yeah.
But I like to keep press about work, and if something personal does come out, you know, I just like to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a rumor last year that you were dating Camila Cabello. What is that about? Oh, he's drinking the water.
No, I mean, yeah, we met last year. She's half Mexican, half Cuban. I was born in Mexico City, and I think she's really, really talented.
Yeah.
And she's crushing the game. And I just love the fact that, you know, she's Latina and she's killing it. And she's a friend.
She's a friend.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Getting answers. I love that. And before we wrap up, I guess we should take a few more fan questions. But what do you want people to take away after they watch Luis Miguel?
I mean, to obviously have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy, because it is a very fun show. It has kind of like that Wolf of Wall Street craziness with paired up with some really intense drama. For the people that, you know, that don't know of him, to, you know, I'd love for them to watch the show and see what they think, because I think there's a lot of similarities to, you know, big stars like Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and some, you know, things that are timeless. It's beautifully shot. And for people that do know him, like I said, I think having that personal admiration of this, you know, of who this guy is. Similar to like when you watched Ray with Jamie Foxx for the first time, and you're like, wow, like he went through all this and he's still Ray, you know?
And you feel, though, like Jamie became Ray, or that's how I felt watching that.
100%.
Which it sounds like that's what's going to happen with this series.
Yeah, and it's funny because I bumped into Jamie before doing this, and I said, listen, man, I mean, what you did with Ray, it was unbelievable. I just got a show with Mark, because he did the show Shazam with Mark Burnett, and I'm not sure if you know this Latin singer, but Luis Miguel. He goes, yes, of course I know Luis Miguel. My God, that guy has crazy pipes, and he dated Mariah. I go, yeah. So, dude, I was like, what can I do? I mean, give me it. He goes, man, just whenever there's a reference and it's a scene with a reference, if he breathes in minute 2:22, copy everything. I mean, be obsessive about making it. I mean, so that if they watch both together, they can't tell the difference. And that was probably the best piece of advice. And Oscar Jainada also told me the same thing. Oscar plays my dad. He did a movie in Spain where he played the biggest flamenco singer of all time, and he also did a movie, Cantinflas, was the biggest Mexican comic of all time. And he also told me the same exact thing. And that was really, really helpful.
Wow. All right, we're going to take 2 more fan questions, and then we're going to wrap up. So Annie says, Scream Queens was my favorite show. There have been rumors recently that Lea Michele, oh God, is illiterate. Can you set the record straight?
Wait, what?
I should have read that beforehand. I guess there's rumors that Lea Michele.
Really? No.
But obviously she's reading a script.
No, that's false. That's 100% false. No, Lea is not illiterate. No, not at all.
Setting the record straight.
No. Setting the record straight.
All right, Alexis from Facebook says, loved you in Rock of Ages. Do you keep in touch with Tom Cruise or Julian Huff at all?
Thank you. Tom
you were great in that movie, by the way.
Thank you so much. That was my first movie, and that's still, I mean, I think the best learning experience of my life, and best summer of my life. Miami, 21 years old, summer, South Beach. I'll tell you stories later. Tom is the man. Tom is really, he's the hardest working, most humble, down to earth man I know. We still keep in touch, and I mean, he's unbelievable. He's really awesome. Julianne, Alec, yeah, we all do keep in touch. And every time we see each other, it's great because we all had a blast shooting that movie. It was so much fun.
Did Tom give you any advice going into this?
No, but I told him I was doing this because Mark is also friends with Tom, and I said, hey, we're all working together, and we do keep in touch. You know, in many ways, I see him as a mentor because it was really nice of him because when I did Rock of Ages, that was my first movie, and he took me under his wing. He was like, here, like shadow me on set, and like, you should learn how to do things the right way, and I never had anyone in my life or in my career do that with me, except Tom. And Tom is the biggest movie star in the world.
That's why though, because he's so nice.
But that's why.
Yeah.
And that's why, and that's what I tell everyone. He's really such a nice guy and so talented and very hardworking. He's so hardworking.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Really fast, will you just let them know where they can tune in on April 22nd?
Of course, April 22nd. If you are watching in the US, you can watch it in Telemundo at 9, 8 Central. And if you're watching from Latin America, Spain, you can watch it on Netflix, same time, Sunday, the 22nd. I think they pushed the hour because of the Mexican presidential debate. So it's going to be at 9.
That was because of the fans.
Yeah,
they requested that, which is amazing. It's a good sign.
Well, I think it was actually the Mexican government that requested it because there was so much buzz around it. And this is the first Mexican presidential debate for the elections, which are in July.
Yeah.
They're like, it's at the same time. Can you guys move it an hour? Which is just crazy.
Well, it means it's going to be a big deal, though. I mean, that's huge.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's
so we think
surreal.
season 2 then is looking good.
Hopefully. Watch it, guys.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you keep up with Diego on social media. Make sure that you like ET's Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have a great weekend.
And it's at Diego, not Diego Boneta. It's at Diego. Guys, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Always. Bye, guys.